I'm Vrinda Sharma. This is my first public appearance on screen. You're watching Quick Comment and this is Ravish Kumar Official. 3,588 days. That is how many days GN Saibaba has spent being falsely accused of a case that has now been trashed by the Bombay High Court. 2 days after his second acquittal from the High Court, he was finally released from the Nagpur Central Jail today. When a man is shunted away from the public eye for 3,588 days, it is easy to forget him. He is forgotten by the courts, by the police, his friends, his colleagues. But he alone spends day after day, month after month, and in Saibaba's case, almost a decade, fighting for a justice that is just round the corner and seems to be almost within reach, but then is not. Certainly, it is easy for you too to forget a man who spent years teaching at a central university and then lost 10 years of his life to the whims of a state that wanted to keep him behind bars. 10 years are just a passage of time when you're not in jail, but to Saibaba, who spent the last decade fighting for justice that was delayed, justice has indeed been denied. It is only by chance that I have come out of prison alive. This is what Saibaba said in his first press statement after coming out of prison. What does such justice look like to a man who saw a co-accused die in prison due to lack of medical attention? What does justice look like to him who had to protest for a plastic water bottle and launch a hunger strike to fight for his personal dignity while in jail? Saibaba himself has asked the question that has been on the minds of those who have followed his case over the last many years and have fought for his release. His question is fairly simple, but one that is just too heavy to bear. Is justice really done? In his book Solitary, Maurizio Torchio writes of the experiences of solitary confinement. The jailed man, when out on bail, thinks that all around him can spot him. But he is mistaken, for those on the outside never think of those on the inside. Saibaba might be able to vouch for the same when he will finally crisscross through the streets of Delhi upon his return home. He will probably notice that the world around him has not been affected by the freedom that his release has added to the roads of Delhi. But he will know that there still remain others like him who continue to be under trials, await trial and a hearing from the hallowed corridors of justice. Following his acquittal from the Bombay High Court, GN Saibaba and 4 others were released today from Nagpur Central Jail after a delay of 2 days. The delay took place because, as cited by the jail, orders were received late and the internet was defunct. These are interesting times where Digital India foresees a $1 trillion opportunity, but the SBI cannot furnish details of 22,217 bonds in 21 days. And a central jail faces internet hiccups before a man's release. Those who have been acquitted by the Bombay High Court and have now been released include GN Saibaba and Mahesh Tirki, a Gadchiroli farmer. Former Uttarakhand journalist Prashant Rahi was also lodged in the Amravati jail, and JNU student Hem Mishra was lodged in Kolhapur prison. Saibaba, who has over 90% disability, has been in jail since 2017 for offences and over evidences that have now been found to be flimsy by the court. This is one strange case where the accused has been acquitted by 2 separate benches of the Bombay High Court, but he still has had to spend almost a decade in jail and then 2 days more before being allowed to walk free. Affected with polio since his childhood and a professor at the University of Delhi, Saibaba was arrested by the Nagpur police first in 2014. During this time, Saibaba's health deteriorated significantly and he developed ailments relating to the brain, stomach, pancreas and kidneys. He was not allowed parole at the time of his mother's death. In August 2020, she died without her final wish fulfilled of wanting to see her son one last time. Contrast this with Ram Rahim's case, where the Dera Sacha Sauda chief has been given parole 9 times since his arrest. He has been given parole 7 times in the last 2 years, the latest being a 50-day parole from prison in February 2024. Convicted of rape and murder, Ram Rahim's case stands out starkly against GN Saibaba's, where the Bombay High Court has raised serious doubts about the merits of the case under which he was kept in jail for almost 10 years. Imagine being in jail for a case about which the court says that the prosecution has failed to prove seizure and search of incriminating material from the house search of the accused. Can our investigating agencies possibly demand any trust from the public when investigative reports by journalists, and now the court itself, accuse them of shoddy investigation and doubtful conduct? In its order, the High Court has noted an illiterate punch witness was chosen for the seizure of electronic evidence even though independent and literate witnesses were available at the university complex. The hash value of the electronic gadgets was not drawn. The High Court has also noted that the entire case is built on seizures, adding that the seizure being the very foundation of prosecution, it must pass the test of reliability. After setting aside Saibaba's acquittal in October of 2020, the Supreme Court had told the Bombay High Court to reassess the case on merits. The High Court has done so and for a second time acquitted Saibaba. It has taken 10 years to come to the conclusion that the basic premise over which he was held behind bars did not make a robust case. Saibaba's case is one of trials. Fair trials that were delayed and denied, and the trials he underwent while being behind bars. After 10 years and multiple benches, he has finally been set free. He lost his job, his health and much more during this time. One could say that he got justice twice, as he was acquitted twice. But his simple question rings more loud and clear than the hammer of any court. Is justice really done? Good evening.